we are all here witnessing Emily Marie Wise and Evan David Exanthos cross over the threshold of life called marriage. This unifying bond brings them, their hearts, and their minds together in a lifelong formal partnership. Individually, they are strong and stalwart in their own right, but the union they create today is more resilient than the two alone can ever be.
Damn.
You look good too.
Hey, thanks.
I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's awesome. Speechless.
Oh,
So pretty.
so sweet. Are you in it? I think so. It's not like.
Oh, okay.
I don't think this is the button.
Oh! That's it. We figured it out. Okay, so
Yay!
we got it.
Maybe this won't be our example picture.
Okay.
Okay, new place.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
Okay. Evan, in you I found my forever adventure buddy, a best friend, a lover, and now a partner in raising our son. I knew early on there was something special between us, that you were the kind of person that I'd been waiting for, an adventurous, kind, driven, and fun-loving, penny-wearing Larkspur. I'll always remember the feeling that first night we met, the feeling that I didn't want the night to end, and that I had just met someone really special. Only a month later, agreeing to drive across the country with you turned out to be the best decision of my life and the start of our adventurous love story. Every day since, you've made me laugh, challenged me, supported me, and never let me forget how beautiful and amazing you think I am.
With you, the sun is shining 24/7. So when we're together, it feels like we're in heaven. If it will get dark, you'll be my million stars. I know I can lean on you. Oh, you catch me like a leaf falling from a tree. If you'll be a shooting star, I'll make a wish. No, I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my everything. I do. I wanna marry you. 'Cause when you're around, I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day was fun, but I wanna be with you. Baby, take my hand, hold me tight, just like you do. Feels so good, so good.
You've helped me blossom into the woman that I am today. You've taught me what unconditional love is. You have stood firmly beside me through any challenges we faced, like getting COVID a week before our wedding, and still finding a way to bring optimism to the situation. You are my perfect match, always ready to explore and can almost keep up with me, but you also remind me when to slow down. Together we've built an amazing life, moving to a new place, starting new careers, and now becoming parents.
When you're around, I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good.
And today, surrounded by our loved ones, I promise you this. I will always say I love you before falling asleep each night. I will be the best mom I can as we grow our family and continue to make adorable babies.
Feels so good, so good.
I will always be your navigator and podcast DJ for life's adventures.
Feels so
I will encourage and support you through life's high and lows, maybe providing my own 2 cents, but also just listening when that is what you need. I will always prioritize our relationship and make time to connect and do the things that unite us. I will never let our playfulness down.
Emily, I am so thankful that today I get to marry my best friend and soulmate. 4.5 years ago, we were set up on a double date and my life would be changed forever. We met at a pizza restaurant on Colfax Ave in Denver. I remember like it was yesterday, opening those doors, seeing you from afar. And for the first and only time in my life, the world stopped. From the moment I saw you, I knew this would be my last first date.
Please rise.
Our relationship is one adventure after another. We have traveled all over the country together, slept in a van for 10 days as we drove around Iceland. We have climbed mountains, skied the west, watched sunsets, paddled on pristine lakes, and even after all these years, you still make my world stop. But our greatest adventure was starting a family. As we welcomed into this world our beautiful baby boy Theo. Through all of the late nights, lack of sleep, we were always there for each other. I could not have asked for a better partner to share this parenting adventure with. You are the most incredible mom to Theo. Together, we have created this beautiful life in our corner of Ashland, Oregon. You are the backbone of this family, and we are so grateful for all of your hard work and sacrifices. I promise to always be there for you, to take care of you when you are sick, to keep you safe, to be a shoulder for you to lean on, to laugh with you, to cry with you, to listen to you, and to always be there for you. I promise to always make inappropriate jokes when you are stressed, to always make up song lyrics, and I promise to always put you first.
I will keep writing you love letters for every occasion. I will trust you and respect you. I will laugh with you and I will cry with you.
I promise to be there to perform all tasks, unless it's the NBA playoffs and the Celtics are playing. Otherwise, anything you need, I will be there.
I will kind of, cheer on all your sports teams.
I also do promise to continue to try and be better about my laundry. It's a never-ending battle. I get it. It's painful. 2 hours of doing laundry is basically the equivalent of fighting 6 grizzly bears. But for you, I will continue to do my best.
I will always be honest with you, kind, patient, and forgiving. And most importantly, I promise to love you unconditionally.
Emily Wise, you know me better than anyone in the world, and somehow you still manage to love me. You are my best friend, my one true love, my gluten guardian, the one I want to grow old with, the one I want to share a life with, to laugh with, to cry with, the one who is my world, the one who I am lucky enough to call my wife.
Evan, you are the love of my life, and I promise to adore you, cherish you. I promise to choose you as my life partner. I know you hate that word. Today and each and every day.
I promise to love you in this life and the next, and even when we are stardust floating through the galaxy, I will always be there to hold your hand. And I couldn't be more ready for our next great adventure.
You have known each other from first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making promises and agreements in an informal way.
You have for each other a ring, this most precious of metals. It symbolizes love is the most precious element in your life together. The ring has no beginning and no ending, which symbolizes that the love between you will never cease. You place these rings upon each other's fingers as a visible sign of the vows which this day have made you husband and wife. Your rings say that even in your uniqueness, you have chosen to be bound together.
All those sentences that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, and you will, and we will. All those late night talks that included someday, and somehow, and maybe. All of those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart are the real process of a wedding.
Let these rings also be a sign that love has substance as well as soul, a present as well as a past, and that despite its occasional sorrows, love is a circle of happiness, wonder, and delight.
Now you shall say a few words that take you across the threshold of life. Things will never quite be the same between you.
May these rings remind you always of the vows you have taken here today.
For after these vows you shall say to the world, this is my husband and this is my wife.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of love,
as a symbol of love,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
through sickness and in health.
Let this ring be a reminder of my eternal love and commitment
of
to
my
you.
eternal love and commitment to you, as a ring has no end,
And neither will my love for you.
With this ring, I seal the commitment
I seal the commitment
I have made to you today. May you wear it proudly as my wife.
May you wear it proudly as my husband.
Evan and Emily, your friends and family, all of us here rejoice in your happiness. It is with great joy that I now pronounce you husband and wife. Evan, you may kiss your bride. It is with great honor that I present to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Xanthos.
So when Evan was 8, I took him to our fitness center to practice for his upcoming basketball tryouts. He shot and I jumped up for the rebound. I landed hard and thought surely I'd broken my ankle. So calm down and relax, he told me. I'll take care of it. He went to the front desk, returned, and calmly instructed me to breathe, that the ambulance was on its way. And I had an idea at that point he was well suited for medicine.
Evan and I met in 2009 at this place called the Painted Turtle you've all been hearing about. It's that camp for kids with chronic illnesses. There's a number of us here today. So I want you to imagine Evan, painted head to toe in blue paint, as a genie, jumping out of a storage bin to grant a bunch of 7-year-olds their 3 wishes. Now I want you to imagine Evan in the center of a song circle, screaming a song about Oreo cookies, as loud as he can, looking like his eyeballs are going to pop out of his eyes.
I had been told about this new camp counselor who was a lot like me. Loud, enthusiastic, energetic, and tended to bend the rules a little. I was like, cool, looking forward to it. So I arrive at camp, I check in, and as I'm walking to my cabin, out of the corner of my eye, I see this figure jogging up the hill. He was decked out in a sleeveless lacrosse jersey, revealing a terrible triangle tattoo. Now, mind you, I had no idea what lacrosse was at that time, and so I thought he was wearing hockey gear in July. So here's this guy at a medical camp for children doing hockey drills in the dead of summer. So the first thing that came to mind was, I hate that guy. And so when I finally met Evan, and realized that he was the douchey lacrosse bro that I had seen earlier that day, I thought to myself, there is no way that we are going to be friends. No way. And then later that night, he shared his life story after only about 37 minutes of knowing him. And I didn't even ask him anything. I was just waiting for my drink at the bar. And things got real deep and raw real quick. But ladies and gentlemen, I looked in those gorgeous crystal baby blue eyes of his, and I swear I started to levitate. I always told getting lost in Evan's eyes was like listening to the Beatles for the first time. How could I deny him? And we've been friends ever since.
We would always talk a lot, actually, about who would be the right fit for Evan. We're like, who could possibly be the right fit for Evan? She has to be very strong-willed, independent. She has to be able to call him out on his BS for sure. Be able to push him in all of his pursuits, personal, professional, athletic, very important. So enter Emily.
I am so proud of the capable, nurturing, and intelligent woman that Emily has become. It fills my heart with joy that she has found someone to share her life with.
Emily was invited on this double date that we heard of to go to dinner and a concert. After dating and basically being inseparable for a month, Emily mentions to me, I want you to meet this Evan guy. I'm kind of thinking of going this road trip across the country with him. I'm like, you're what? Who is this guy? You're gonna do what in this purple bandit car he calls it?
I met Emily for the first time when she volunteered to drive with Evan in his car that we know is the Purple Bandit all the way across the country to Maine. She told me they enjoyed chatting the whole way and never even listened to the radio, and it was clear that they enjoyed each other's company and that they might be headed for a long-term relationship.
After hearing the both of them talk about this adventure, I would have to say this is probably the time that they really fell in love.
I can't imagine a better match for someone who I thought would never find anyone who I thought was good enough for her.
Evan and Emily were planning on taking a hike in the Smokies, which in December you can have rain, snow, sleet, ice, or all of the above. And Evan was very, very insistent on getting the right gear and making contingencies and stuff, which is good with Emily because she tends to have a devil-may-care attitude and throw herself at things. This impressed me that Evan would be someone who would watch over and support Emily.
Melissa and I went up to visit Emily and Evan when she was I think 37 weeks pregnant. So we kept saying, are you sure? We can come another time. No, come. So we get there thinking, okay, she's really pregnant. We got to be careful, helpful. So she gets up the first morning and goes and does an actual trail run with some of her friends, and then does one of those things where you were kicking things. She was it was like a workout thing. I wasn't really clear. And then we went paddleboarding, and she was paddleboarding with far more grace and stamina than anybody else out on the water.
So when I went to Oregon to stay with them, I noticed that she was doing this thing called burpees during the commercials on TV. And I asked her about this, and she said, why, yes, I have to do 700 by Saturday. So I could see that her energetic and competitive spirit were definitely a good match for Evan.
Within a day of meeting her, I knew that Evan had met his match. Checked all the boxes, perfect. Emily, you're such a joy to be around. You have a way of making people feel like they've known you for years after just a few hours.
I got to see Emily and Evan as fresh parents when Theo was only a few weeks old. I was pregnant at the time, and I felt like people had only terrified me about becoming a new mom and how that would change my relationship with my partner. I just remember getting a glimpse of Emily and Evan in their typical lives behind the scene one night. They were in the bathroom brushing their teeth, and they were goofing around about how Evan had accidentally worn Emily's contacts. Even with traveling and very little sleep, they were in great spirits and ready to face the night with Theo together and happy. They make such a great team, and I can see how having Theo has only strengthened that. Their happiness quickly alleviated our fears and made us excited to welcome our baby into the world.
Evan is hands down one of the best human beings I know. He's charming, he can strike up a conversation and make friends with anyone, but not just anyone. He has this uncanny ability to attract and surround himself with good, quality human beings. He makes great effort into maintaining all these wonderful connections he makes across the country. Evan lives life so intensely. He unapologetically wears his heart on his sleeve and is constantly driven with extraordinary passion and adventure. He sees the world through a lens of altruism and compassion, and is always willing to go out of his way to serve others. He's a friend you can rely on for support through life's inevitable challenges. If you Wikipedia a strong, intelligent, cultured, independent woman, it would have a photo of Emily trail running up a mountain. Emily conducts herself with extraordinary grace. She exudes a strength that is delicate but potent, and you see it in every facet of her life, especially as a mother to Theo. I could not imagine another partner more perfect for Evan than you. It is so obvious how smitten he is for you. You share the same adventurous spirit. You give him balance and peace. He is the best version of himself with you. Evan and Theo are so incredibly blessed to have you.
Emily, you are my best friend and soul sister. Your kindness, purpose-driven, fun spirit, adventurous soul was just what this little 15-year-old loner Kelly needed. Thank you for seeing that in me and reaching out. You've always been my go-to rock, the one who always believes in me, and you've always seen and recognized the light in me when I can't at times. Oh, God.
Evan is someone who I know makes the world a happier place, but Emily, she makes him even better because she just brings out the very best qualities in him. And to me, that is the best that two people can actually do for each other.
You both beautifully and authentically connect with others and build deep friendships that you share with those around you. This is what makes me so happy to know that Emily and Evan have found a home in each other and the space and community that they cultivate around them. They prioritize each other's purpose, dreams, and growing beautiful family and love, and that's what we all need in life. We need more in this life. These traits of building each other up, welcome hearts, outward kindness, they not only extend to each other, but to all those around them, all of us.
Emily and I haven't lived in the same state in almost 10 years, but whenever I talk or see her, it's like we were just hanging out a few minutes ago, proudly peeing our pants on the cross-country field. Speaking of peeing our pants, it's such an honor to start motherhood at the same time as Emily. I know that I can call her day or night and she'll always be there. All of the qualities that make her a best friend, the best mom, will now make her the best wife.
In another lifetime, I'm convinced Evan and I were brothers since diapers. Though that didn't happen in this lifetime, I'm glad that we'll be friends until we are, once again, in diapers. As you all probably know, Evan can be susceptible to a little embellishment. We went deep sea fishing in Cabo once and we caught a pretty sizable 8-foot marlin. But if you ask Evan, we caught a 20-foot great white shark, and he totally did not get sunburned. So similarly, he has a tendency to exaggerate how he feels about certain things. So, for example, back in the day, this burrito is literally the most amazing thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like, the most amazing thing, Evan? This is the best moment for you? Or, nobody makes me happier than Tom Brady. He's literally the only thing I need in life. And I recall telling Evan, bro, you use all the best adjectives on burritos and Tom Brady. Like, what are you gonna say when you finally do meet the love of your life and when you finally do have a child? You wasted all the best words. But when Emily came into the picture, I realized that all the truly best moments in life can never be put into words. They leave you speechless because they can only be experienced.
Please stand with me and raise your glass to toast the happy couple. Emily has been the light of my life for the past 34 years, and today I hand her over to Evan. I know he will love and cherish her every bit as much as I do. Toast to the happy and healthy life full of endless love and laughter.
Awesome.
Do you like me boobs?
That's good. Yeah, well, I'm mic'd up.
Oh.
That's why that was my first comment. that would have been my first comment.
I hope that makes it.